Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Canon EOS for RandallMRueff. CanonRumors.com has put out a list of some of the features of specs they believe to be what the 1D X Mark II is actually going to be. And somebody on the internet took that list and compared the 1D X Mark II's rumored specs and compared it to the 1DX, which has been out for several years now. So, based on Canon Rumors website, I'm going to show you that list. I made some screenshots I want to show you and then talk about them. So this is the list. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 17 17 things that are as good as or better than the new camera, rumored to be. And this isn't proof. I don't have no definitive proof because it's not yet on the Canon's website. When it shows up on the Canon's website, then we know, hey, these are facts. But as of right now, these are just Canon rumors or a list compiled by somebody based on what Canon Rumors has listed. So, with that in mind, let's begin. Okay. Okay, so the current price for the 1D X is $45.99. I have actually seen it at other places that I'm not familiar with, selling it for around $4,000. But reputable companies like B&H and Amazon are selling it the 1D X for $45.99. I've seen that for several weeks now, about a month or so. Now, the 1D X Mark II has a estimated price of $6,000. I think this is a good price because it's cheaper than the 1DX, or excuse me, not the 1DX, the 1DC, and it does more than the 1DC, at least it appears to, so far. And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to just discontinue the 1DC pretty soon if they haven't already, because this camera is obviously, if these rumor specs are true, it's going to surpass the 1DC and its capabilities, plus the price point. So, a price of $6,000. Now, why I say that, let me explain something. This camera does not come out for several months, and what I'm willing to bet is going to happen is they're going to keep the 1DC going until the time this camera is actually released, at which time they will probably discontinue the 1DC. So they can still make money on the 1DC up to the time the camera's released, which is rumored to be about 2 months from now, or 2.5 months from now. So, give or take, there's still some time they can sell some 1DCs if people want to get those for whatever reason. I think the $6,000 price is a good price. I can't afford it right now, but when the 1DX first came out, it was like $8,000, and now it's $45.99. So this is coming out at $6,000, which I think more people will go towards it because it's not the $8,000 price. And secondly, the more important thing is it's cheaper than the Nikon, which doesn't even begin to compare with specs as far as photography and video, especially video. With the new Nikon high-end only does 4K for 3 minutes, which is ridiculous. So Canon having both a better camera and a better price, a lot of high-end people are going to either go towards Canon or even consider switching because of this price. So how many people will buy it and how many people will switch from Nikon, who knows. But right now, it's going to have a better price and it's going to do more things. So that's what I have to say about the price. Let's talk about the LCD screen. Basically, you're going from 3.2 to a 3.2, so the physical size doesn't change. There's some more dots, which make it the resolution a little bit better, but it's basically going from 1.04 to 1.62. So, what would it be? 0.58 more, 0.58 more dots, which, when you're considering millions of dots, that's not bad. It's got anti-reflective construction and some new clear view LCD tube technology, which is going to improve it, I'm sure, no doubt. But touchscreen, how good is that touchscreen going to be? Is it going to be like Nikon where you can just pinch and zoom and flip between pictures? Or are you actually going to be able to navigate the menus and set the menus, and etc.? Well, we'll find out. Hopefully it's better than the Nikon. Full frame, 1.0 crop factor. Full frame, 1.0 crop factor. The only difference is now it's going up to 20.2, which is like 2.1 megapixels more. I'm hoping it's a lot more than. I'm hoping it's a 50 megapixel or more, but it seems like it's just going to be 20.2. A lot of rumors sites are running with this. Canon Rumors isn't the only one. So whether they're getting their information from the same place I am, which is Canon Rumors, or one of the other rumor sites, 20.2 megapixels seems to be where the 1D X Mark II is going. Again, I'm hoping for a lot more. We'll find out here pretty soon in the next couple of days. Going from dual digit 5s to dual digit 6s, which are just faster. That was to be expected. Increased resolution and fine detail with lens aberration correction and diffraction correction via new in-camera digital lens optimizer technology. That's cool. They keep getting better and better. Basically, their autofocus system is pretty much the same. In fact, it's exactly the same, except all points that support focusing at f8. I guess f8 beyond was a little difficult for the cross-type points before. So now it supports it, so that's good. But overall, no big improvement, which is kind of disappointing. Here's where we get into it. Canon 1D X versus the 1D X Mark II. If all these facts are true, this is going to be a big jump up, because it's not only doing the 1D X Mark II, not only doing 4K, but it's doing it in different frames per second. It's also expanding the 1080p, but it's eliminated, which I'm surprised they're doing that. I'm surprised they're eliminating the 720 and the 480p. If I was doing that, I would not eliminate it. Granted, most people aren't going to be using it. They're going to be using 1080p or 4K. But nonetheless, there are some people that might want the 720p or the 480. And I'm surprised it seems they're getting rid of those settings. Again, most people are going to use 1080p or 4K. But there might be calls for use for some lower resolution, smaller file sizes, and having those file sizes, in my opinion, is a bonus. It can't hurt to have smaller file sizes, even if not everybody uses it. It's just one of those added features. And for it to take away something that... But again, we don't know if that's true or not. It's just rumors. But let's talk about 4K. 24, 25, 30, 50, and 60, which is pretty good. 1080p, a whole bunch of 24, 25, 30, 50, 60. Notice there's no 29 or 49, but that's okay. 120, 100, and 100 way. Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so lots of options. I do like, before we go to the next, I do like the fact that they're still leaving in the 1080p, because not everybody wants to deal 4K for the reason that file sizes are still very large. But by today's standards, 4K is a very large file size. I'm sure in the future it won't be such a bad thing because technology is always getting better and faster and is able to deal with it more. But right now, 1080p is pretty good, and 4K is still a pretty large file size. So a lot of people are going to want the 1080p for some everyday, maybe for different things in everyday use. And not everybody needs or wants 4K. So personally, if I can use 4K, I'm going to use it because I want the best resolution possible. But I'm not the same as everybody. Some people are going to look at 1080p and say, "Ooh, that's quite very good. It's very high quality." And say, "You know what? Because 4K is so large file size, I don't necessarily need 4K. So let's stick with 1080p." So having both options is really good. Dual pixel CMOS autofocus and movie servo, high speed rate, continuous autofocus. That's good. Okay, so the 1D X had 2 CF card slots. The 1D X Mark II has 2 CF card slots. New CFast 2.0 slots. Is that one individual slot, or I don't know. I'll find out. ISO basically the same. That's not true, is it? Okay, the auto ISO modes are the same. The extended modes go up to 409,000 dots. 0.600. So extended modes go from 50 to 2 foot. Basically, for all intents and purposes, all you gotta know is auto ISO, which is what most people are going to be using. It's basically the same. In fact, it is the same. The extended modes are pretty much the same, but they go a lot more further on the high end, and they're not quite as good as the low end. So, if you want a 50 exposure or ISO, you may be out of luck, but because it only goes down to 100. But on the other end, if you need to go all the way up to 409,600, that's an extremely high ISO sensitivity. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of grain there. But again, most people are going to just deal with the auto 100 to 51,200. Built-in GPS, about freaking time. I'm glad to have GPS. Improved intelligent viewfinder, enhanced visibility for autofocus point display. Okay, so they didn't build in wireless or Wi-Fi, but you can get one of those little things that go on the side to plug into your camera, and you can have Wi-Fi that way, which is good, but it's not internal. A lot of people are hoping it would be internal. But at least they got the GPS internal, so it's a step up, definitely. Alright, frames per second. 1D X has 12. With the mirror locked up, you can have 14. With the 1D X Mark II, you got 14 frames per second. Continuous shooting. 16 frames per second in live view mode. Which is probably with the mirror locked up. I don't know for sure, but so basically you gain 2 frames per second for all intents and purposes. Okay, power. The old one, 1D X has an LP-E4N. The new one is LP-E19. They're both rechargeable. And you gain about 990 shots. So you get an increase in power. The new 1D X Mark II has a buffer size 170 raw unlimited JPEG. Oh, if you do JPEG only, basically it's however many your card can hold, which is nice. Which means however you can shoot, you can just fire out like a machine gun until your card runs out of space, which is pretty nice. 73 RAW plus JPEG. I don't shoot RAW, so don't have to worry about that. Oh, excuse me. It's a little bit bigger. Height and width, but it's a little bit skinnier front to back. So that's interesting. The fact that it's a little bit skinnier front to back. It weighs almost the same. In fact, it's 1 kilogram less. And that's all you have to know. That's it. So I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time, I'm Canon EOS-1D X for RandallMRueff. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. May God bless you. As always, keep taking those pictures.